All right, good morning, folks. Let's get started. So for today, Thursday, August the 1st, first of the month, we have the following data. Now, of course, yesterday we had the FOMC rate decision and statement and press conference, and we had a lot of other news as well. So for today, here's what we have. At 7:30 this morning, we had Challenger job cuts year over year, not an important report, came in at 9.2%. 8:30 a.m. we had unemployment claims, which is a major report, came in at 249,000, greater than expected, which is technically worse than expected. Preliminary non-farm productivity quarter over quarter minor report came in at 2.3%, which was greater than expected. And preliminary unit labor cost quarter over quarter came in at 0.9%, which was less than expected. So all three of these are technically considered bad. At 9:45 a.m., we're going to have final manufacturing PMI, a moderately important report. At 10 a.m., we're going to have ISM manufacturing PMI, which is a major important report. ISM manufacturing prices will be a moderately important report. And construction spending month over month, which is a not very important report. All of those come out 10 a.m. Natural gas storage doesn't really matter, so we'll skip that. But Ward's total vehicle sales that comes out, well, they'll be going on all day. Not important, but just will be happening all day. So basically, at 10 o'clock, we'll at 9:45, and then at 10 o'clock, we'll have all the major reports during the trading session coming out. Then after that, we should be in the clear. Okay, so as far as the NASDAQ ETF is concerned, as I mentioned yesterday, was the FOMC rate decision where they kept interest rates the same. Once again, they have not changed anything. Action on the NASDAQ overall yesterday was bullish. As you can see, we opened lower and closed higher, but lots of chop that occurred. The FOMC decision came out right here at 2 p.m. Doesn't look like anything changed because the trading action did not show any significant departure from the normal behavior. Even the volume was not dramatically increased. So a fairly unusual result for an FOMC decision, but it does look like everybody rightfully expected or anticipated precisely what the FOMC had to say and do. So currently the QQQ is trading above yesterday's close, so it looks like we're going to gap higher, but the action does not look extremely bullish. Having said that, let's take a look at the stocks which were moving yesterday. Sorry, give me one. Look, there we go. So let's look at the stocks which were moving yesterday. One second here. All right, so first off, we have Broadcom, AVGO. Yesterday was not a very eventful day as far as trading opportunities go, but Broadcom was bullish. It was able to reach our target number 2 to the upside of 157.16. Actually traded well above that. Next up, we have ASTS, which was also bullish. Eventually, it was able to reach our target number 2 to the upside. And I just made sure that that I strongly suggested that we don't do any trading after the FOMC starts. But if anyone did decide to hold this, since it was already well in the money, it topped out at 21.28. Target number 2 was actually at 19.70. So this was a very great performer. Other than that, we had a couple of others. Tesla was bullish. It was able to reach target number 1 to the upside, 232.64, but it failed to reach target number 2. It only went about halfway there and collapsed. afterwards. And Rivian was able to reach target number one to the upside of 1693, but it was very choppy and uncooperative. So I know a couple of people did catch the last part of the move, but that was um, about it. All right, so that was yesterday. Let's take a look at what's moving in the pre-market right now. Smaller list of stocks than usual. First, I have BBLG, which is presently up 63% roughly on about 22 million shares. And it's at least $1 per share, so that fully qualifies for all of our criteria. So we'll go ahead and add that to our pre-market watch list for stocks. Symbol is BBLG. Next up, we have IMRX, which is presently up 34.48% on 11.7 million shares, and it's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add that to the pre-market watch list as well. Following that, we have MDJH, which is presently up 2.48%, so not enough. It was up a lot more earlier, but currently it's not up enough, so we'll pass on that one. Now, in the post market, NVIDIA is moving quite a bit, but it's not up enough. Currently, it's up 1.82%, so not enough of a move. And next we have OCGN. Now, this stock is currently down 11.03%, but as you can see, the trading activity on this is really slow. It did manage to get the amount of volume it's supposed to, but the action is very choppy, etc. But it does qualify. 10% change is greater than a 6% change. 1.9 million shares traded. It's still above $1 per share, so we'll go ahead and add that to the pre-market watch list as well. OCGN, with the understanding that stock's not really very active. I'll check out IMNN. It's now up 6.67%, so just in time. 1.1 million shares, it's at least $1 per share. Obviously, it's on the cusp, but this one has been on our radar several days in a row, so we'll add IMNN to the pre-market list. Thank you. Now, if you folks see any other stocks that meet all four of our criteria, let me know in the chat. The four criteria are: it must be a NASDAQ listed stock, and in this current pre-market session, it must have achieved at least a 6% price change, positive or negative, from where it was yesterday. Must have traded at least 1 million shares of pre-market volume, and it must presently be trading at least $1 per share in the pre-market. All right, Meta did have earnings and a strong move up. Presently up 9.5% on 1.5 million shares, and it's of course well over $1 per share. So we should add Meta, META, to our pre-market watch list. This should actually help the overall stock market, by the way. Microsoft helped move things down, and this should help move things up. RCM is presently up 9% on 14.8 million shares, and it's at least $1 per share. Let me see what the news is there. They're going to go private. They're being acquired for $14.30 a share. Now, that means that this stock, although it does qualify on paper, this will not be an opportunity for us because since it's a buyout deal, it's going to get stuck in the range it's in now until it gets bought out. So we'll have to pass on that. I will note that there is a substantial discount from the buyout price of $14.30, which suggests the market may have some considerable doubts about whether or not this deal will go through. So if I were you, if you're a longer term, if you have any longer term positions for your personal accounts, I'll keep an eye on this one for any news that the deal is falling through. But anyway, that the market kind of suggests that there's a lower probability this will go through based on the fact that it's trading a little bit farther behind the buyout price than what I usually see. Next up, we have ARM, which is, as mentioned here, it's down 12%, so that does qualify. About 1.3 million shares of volume. It's at least $1 per share. Obviously, one of the stocks that we regularly follow, so ARM will be added to our list. I'll also make sure to add ARM to our main watch list as well, since it's been regularly showing up on our scans. Next up, we have Moderna, which is presently down 17%. However, Levon, the problem is the volume is too low. It's at 809,000 shares. So when the market opens, it'll be fine, but in the pre-market, we won't be watching it. But it's duly noted that the stock is down 17%, so this will be worth watching at the open. All right, folks. We'll go ahead and wrap up for today's pre-market pulse. Please be sure to like the video. I see we have 7 likes, but more than 7 people watching. So please make sure to smash that like button, hit that like button. It greatly helps us with the YouTube algorithm. Also, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you get notifications as we continue to grow our subscriber base. Also, if anyone's watching this video on a replay, if you're not familiar with our company, please be sure to check out fundertrading.com, our website. You will see a link in the description of this video. Other than that, for everyone part of the coaching program, I'll see you there in 22 minutes, and we'll pick up for today's session. All right, folks, have a great trading day, and we'll see you for tomorrow's pre-market pulse. Thank you, Steve. We'll note Mobileye as well. I'll see you for tomorrow's pre-market pulse, folks. Take care.